Hi, welcome to the GF channel. In today's episode we are installing blind spot detection system, or should I say detection system. It's Chinese made, if you can't tell. That's what inside. Stuff, very simple wiring, and since it requires constant 12 volts, which says long electricity, I'm going to also measure how much does it draw when it's not being used, when the car is parked. That's important. We have the sensors here. It says up, and here I guess we place this ball, and I see here angle, something to measure angles with. We'll see what the instruction says. This is a buzzer and a lot of wires. So first thing is to figure out, to lay the wires and figure out where the module will be. So this is the module, that's the main module, where that will be, where the buzzer will be, and these will be on A pillars. I already think that's a proper spot for them, on the A pillars. So this is the first step, figure out how I'm going to do the wires. The hardest stuff though is we need to remove the bumper, and the bumper, that's why I'm actually showing you the trunk, because in order to remove the bumper you need to remove all of that, everything here, all of it needs to go, because we need to remove this one and this one. Behind it there is a bolt, and without it we won't be able to do anything. So remove everything. I'll actually first remove everything so it's easier to pull the wires afterwards. Okay, bumper is out. Since the cable of the sensor is not that long, I'm actually going to first mount the sensors here, place back the bumper, and then figure out the wiring with the car almost assembled. Now, according to AliExpress, when I was buying this, it said there will be detailed English instruction. This is the detailed English instruction. Just what's the function, why you need it, what are the requirements for installation, instructions for use, and part list. Pretty much nothing on how to install it. That's the wiring diagram, which is easy, yes, but how to mount the sensor? They give this one, which doesn't make any sense to me. The right prop, the measure need parallel to the car body. What the fuck that means? I have no idea. And then there are 20 something degrees, 23 degrees. And the same on this side, the left prop, the measure need parallel to the car body. No idea what they mean by this. This is the detailed English manual. So we have this, which sits and can wobble. Unfortunately, that actually is, I believe it's too big with this. Fortunately, I already did the other one. This is actually removable with the screws, and then you can just simply glue it. My plan is to actually glue it in that direction, diagonally. I have no idea what those 23 degrees are. I'm going to try to mount it like that. Most likely I'm going to mount it depending on the bumper, where I have the space to mount it. But I believe here it's a good start, and on the other side it's a bit different. Here it's too maybe down here, but that's too low. let's see what the bumper has. I've seen people actually glue this to the bumper, but I don't want to do that. I prefer to glue that to something that's a triangle, so this becomes a little bit like that. We'll see. And then the plan is these wires, they go down because this says up on it. This needs to go up, you cannot turn it like that. It needs to be like that, and also if there's water dripping, it's better off if you have a curve like that, and then the cable goes up and through the grommet inside and goes inside of the car on both sides. And probably the module is going to be also here somewhere, because we have the wires for the blinks, and I'll have to pull two 12-volt wires from somewhere. We'll see. Okay, let me now try to see what bumper offers. Okay, changing plans. I'm not going to actually mount it here. I decided and checked, what if I mount it behind this? And there's plenty of space here actually. The plan is to mount it here with the wobbly thing, so I can adjust the angle. So this spot should be perfect because you do not need to remove this. So I wasted some time removing it. Only this part. Unfortunately, to remove this part you still need to remove all of that, but this also means I'll be able to adjust this later on if needed, without removing the bumper. I'll still need to remove that, but it's going to be easier. So that's the plan. Glue this to there and give it some angle. There is a screw here that fixes the angle. Lots of screws actually. And after that I can place back the bumper and mount it stable. Cable goes a little bit down, then like that, and then through the grommet, and from the back goes out. I used lubricant so I can easily put the cable in. And now, where would the cables go? Well, my plan was to actually have the module here and pull wires all the way to there for the lights. But as you can see, this is the end of it. That's for the light. It's not enough. So it's not only that's not only the only issue. The buzzer actually has a short cable. Let me see that mess of cables. Yes, this one. So that's the module, and the buzzer one is this cable. See? Very little cable for the buzzer, which means the module needs to go in the front, and they supply long cable that connects to the sensors. What they do not supply is, what are those? So there are two cables here. Come on, it's a mess. There are two cables here which, come on, which are in Chinese, both of them. So I have no idea what the heck is that. Looking at the wiring diagram, first I thought, well, they should be for the turn signals. Yeah, not quite true. You can see here, this is the same shape as this one. And what they actually say here, the way I understand it, is the two wires which are going towards the lamps. See, this is the, let me try to turn off the torch. Okay, these here, left lamp and right lamp, are actually the same symbols, and you can see that from that connector there are only two wires coming out, and then you actually somehow get the right turn signal and left turn signal, and that somehow appears to be this one. So this goes towards the lamp, but also you put here the signal. So the plan is not easy. I still don't know what I'm going to do with those. Probably isolate them. My best guess actually for those is there is something optional here, some spatial rear mirror, and their quantity two of these, whatever that means. So my best guess is something to do with this optional thing, which I do not have. Probably these are cut. So what needs now to be done is pull this wire, thick, big, long wire, somewhere to the front. Problem is I don't have space in the front. We'll see. Then, since I need the turn signal from, now I'll need it in the front, that's why I wanted it in the back, because I have it here. Now I'll need it in the front. Fortunately on the 626 that's quite easy, because it actually goes into the warning lights button right there in the middle, so I can grab it from there. So grab from there the this one, and they even did this both together that came factory. These are for constant 12 volts and ACC, and this is ground. Grab these, and by the way, the module looks quite cheap. You can open it, which means this is a generic box, and this is the module. Let me try to, okay, nothing special. Okay, let's pull wires and figure out the rest. Okay, so rough wiring goes like that. On this side, since I don't have anything on this side, goes like that. Then there's the cable, goes underneath here as well, and pops out here. And now I've connected everything to the module. And there's the module, not everything, but I've connected the power. I get it from the cigarette lighter, and I've connected the two lamps, which now are those two. And you can see it actually blinks when I walk. And when I even close my trunk, it detected the metal object. Now I do not quite understand how the hell is this working, because it seems to be blinking once and not constantly. Let me try. And the duration is different. Maybe the object needs to be moving. I don't know. Probably it needs also adjustment. No idea. But it seems to be working for now. So I'll continue installation. Before everything, sorry it's dark outside, but I wanted to test how does this work. And it actually works quite well. Now I'm coming to a stop sign, to a stoplight. And these things actually blink when there is an object which is faster than you. So now a bus is stopping behind me and both of them are blinking. And when you're driving, you need actually to have somebody which is faster than you. Now one guy on the left, here we go, is passing me by, and it's actually blinking because of him. He passed me by and there's no one else. So this actually works quite smart. Again, somebody's passing me on the left. So I'm happy with the position. Maybe the right one needs a little bit more tweaking. The left one is just very good. I'm very happy. The right one maybe a little bit off, but just a little bit, nothing too complex. So I'll continue mounting. Okay, after I checked that this is working well, I decided to see what are those. So I used Google Translate, one of those instant things, and it turns out this is left turn signal and this is the right turn signal. I've used a marker to mark them. So white is right and blue is left, which is good because this means we do not need to deal with the warning light button there. We just need to tap into the wires here. So I'll now find the wires, tap into them and show you which are the wires. Wiring. There's a connector here, right here, which you can disconnect, and you can grab from here the signal. So these are painted because of the paint, anti-corrosion paint here, but there is one black cable, actual black cable. Diagonally of it is the signal on both sides. So this is a signal, 12-volt signal, and on that side the same, diagonally of the black cable. These are the signals. And this one is here as well. And that's a subwoofer, which I have a video for how to install. Now, I'm on ignition, and you can see the lamps are still on the same spot where I mounted them to test, right there. And when I'm coming towards the car, it actually blinks. Now I'll go and I'll turn, it's an interesting thing I discovered. I will turn left signal. You can actually hear it. So I'm coming towards the car, this one beeps and blinks. The other one works as well. I'll probably need to hold the phone more like that and walk on that side. Okay, but interestingly, if I disable, if I enable both of them, the warning lights, both of them are now on, no beeping. It actually figures out both are on, only lights up, but absolutely no beeping at all. It figures out, so it's smart. Okay, I like it. Now I need to solder the wires here, and I can actually assemble the trunk since I'm not going to have any more work here. Okay, time to measure the power consumption. So this is 90 to 93 milliamps, and it's been like that for, I don't know, 3 minutes probably. And I've connected only one wire, the wire on which it says plus 12 volts. If the camera focuses, it says plus 12 volts. This is the ACC. So this is supposed to be switched 12 volts, while this is supposed to be constant 12 volts. And as you can see, it said 30 seconds, I believe, here. See? Where was it? Yes. Here. 30 seconds. And after 30 seconds, it's supposed to stop working. Well, I've been talking more than 30 seconds, and this is disconnected, and it's not stopping. And I also tested going outside of the car, and these still blink because this thing still works. Even though they say it's not working, it actually works. Now if I disconnect the power and reconnect it again, as you can see, it doesn't draw anything. It needs an impulse here so it starts, otherwise it's not drawing, but it never goes off. Maybe it drops with 1 milliamp in 30 seconds, but that's too crappy. So either I have to use a timed relay to actually cut off the power after 30 seconds, or the easier solution is to put those two wires, the easier, not the easiest, the easier it's to put those two wires, the constant one on actual ACC and the ACC one in actual ignition. So if you turn off the ignition but leave the ACC, this is still going to work. So this is after engine is off, but it will not start. If you just turn to ACC, it won't start. You need to actually turn to ignition, then turn it off, so it stops. That way, let's say we have detection after the engine is off, but that depends on if your key is out or not. The easiest solution is to actually connect those two to ignition and forget about it. But as you can see, it's not dropping. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to have space for this. So I will lean towards the ACC and ignition tapping into those two wires, so it's a lot easier. Wiring time. Now, I've already placed this one through here, and the other one goes like that, underneath, above the column, like that. Then comes to here, and then this is the one, goes like that, above everything, up, and goes in, and everything comes into here, which is where I'm planning to place the module. Up here there is a hollow space. I'll just rub this so it doesn't produce noises. I'll also place this one here as well. Everything will be here, and I've decided to take the shortcut and actually use switched ignition 12 volts for both wires, because I have them here and it's going to be easy. There's a relay here, and that relay is probably controlled by some electronics, which means I do not have infinite amount of current, but I did test. So this is 12 volt, as you can see I already cut it. I did test, and it's fine with the system, but still I'm going to add a fuse. This is a 3 amp fuse. This is the lowest fuse out of what I have. Hopefully it's going to be good. Hopefully the electronics that has a peak power of 3 amps. Well, I hope we don't see. Then I'm going to use one of these and grab, if you can see here, there is a missing spot for ground. So I'm going to try to grab the ground from here using one of those, and that's it. 12 volts from here, ground from here. Stick everything there, close it up, and go test it. Okay, testing if everything works correctly. There is somebody in my mirror. I'm speeding up, so I'll be slowing down now because of traffic light. And here we go. It actually blinks when he was passing me by. There's another one, and it stopped. So it's good. On the other side it's going to be harder to test, so it should be working. Let's now make holes here to mount those properly. So drilling out here for this one. Now I understood the hard way this actually can be disassembled. So it's on clips, you can disassemble it. How I did it, this one, is I drew on the back right below this, and also I made the cable stick out at the back because that's why there's a hole here, because this cable actually goes down, which is no good. So you need to remove this glue from here and make a hole for the cable, and at that point this is how it looks like disassembled. And just 3 diodes, and this just clips in with this one. Hopefully I did not break this, we'll see when I place it in. Mounted here and here. Let's see now. Will it beep? Good, very good. I'm happy. Beeps and it's hearable, very hearable. I can't complain. And it actually doesn't look quite stuck. There is a little bit of gap there, somebody stopping behind me, and both of them are lit. But it's fine. I'm happy. That's all. I hope you enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe. I'll be posting more videos soon. Bye bye.